Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome here to an American Truck Sim video on FTG Full Tilt Gaming, and welcome to the Wilson Silverstar Cattle Hauler Livestock trailer from Bart Modding. You are not going to miss this. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome here to the Wilson Cattle Livestock Trailer Hauler. I think I got every descriptive word that this trailer is. Anyway, this thing is absolutely immaculate. Now, right quick before we get into this, as you're looking at this thing here in the background hooked up on the Freightliner, this is a payware mod. And as you look at this thing, you're going to understand why. If you can, in the comments, can drop me a link of a better looking trailer that's on the Steam Workshop, I am all mouse clicks away. Basically saying I'm all ears, because there is nothing like this. And this thing is absolutely immaculate. So if you really like that realistic kind of, hauling, you don't really get into all the big stuff. You know, we've done quad stuff, we've done triples, doubles, and all these other crazy, cool trailers that are just different, that kind of strike a different fancy. Well, this one actually kind of gets at that realistic kind of truck driver core. So if this stuff, this trailer, I'm telling you, is going to interest you. It did me, and I saw this thing, and I was like, oh my God, I was not expecting this. I was expecting it to be good, but I was not expecting it to be quite this good. So anyway, let's break it down. Special shout out. Yes, my FTG emblem is in there. So big shout out there to Bart, kind of threw something together there on it and just and dropped me a little nugget in there. So anyway, that was a special. That was a surprise. So thank you there to Bart. Appreciate that. So anyway, let's look at this. I'm just going to point out a couple of details. Now, this stuff isn't, stuff that you can do, but look at this. All of the caution, all of the warning stickers and decals and this stuff on where to step, not to step, don't step here, step there. Make sure you don't step there, or be careful, you might slip on this part. I mean, all of the airline hookups, you've got all of this stuff down here. You even got the, you got some of the gate raises in the front here. I mean, all the lights, I mean, the Silverstar perfectly wrapped around the corners here. I mean, like, this just little stuff, but it's high res, it's high quality. Those little things. All of the rivets, I mean, all of this stuff is not a decal. It's actually modeled into the trailer. Every single one of these air vents is not just a hole that's cut out. It's got just a hair bit of a flange, because I know I've actually got a couple of these, and I actually know a guy that actually does pull these. Now, he didn't have one on him at the time, because I really was going to actually try to go and do, was actually going to try to go get some pictures of it just to compare. But you see, each one of these holes has like a little flange to where it was punched, so evidently that layer of stuff would lay on the assembly line, and the punch would come through, punch the holes, and it would leave that little extra flange around the outside. Well, each one of these, it's not just a hole punched. I mean, you can see the little flange around right here. I mean, it's an incredible amount of detail. Even got the reflectors down here look legit, and they've even got the Wilson trailer logo inside of those. So I mean, as you can see, the floor, I don't know if we can, we can't really get inside the floor there, but you can kind of see through it. You got nice diamond plating on there. You've got a couple of dividers in there. And then swinging around here to the backside, tons of axle stuff. It's got a solid top on it. You can paint this thing, you can chrome it out, you can leave it the way it is. I mean, it's really cool. You can see you've got the rope run. So as this thing, once you detach this thing down, your rope run will come down, you'll set it down, and then the cattle and stuff would come out. And then you just pull on that, and the pulley system will pull your door back closed again, which I thought, was pretty cool. I mean, to actually model in the pulleys and the rope, that's saying a lot. That's pretty cool. So anyway, lights, bumper options, reflectors. Wilson trailer still got the same in there. Got the nice high-res logos and stuff on the back, just as you would see. If you look this thing up online, it literally looks just like this. And a ton of configurations. So anyway, let's look at some configurations. So as you can see, you've got partial covers, regular sides, which is just kind of your wide open summer, hauling cattle, hauling pigs, whatever. And then you've got a full winter protection, which is pretty slick as well. Now you may say, well, you got holes here in the back. It's all that. It's not too much winter if it's covered. Each one of those actually is affected by the choice of axle. So that's kind of what I mean by this mod. It's really cool because it's very detail oriented customization. So you serious guys are going to be like, oh my God, I got to get my hands on that. That's flipping awesome. Because most of the time you don't ever really get this kind of level of detail in a mod, especially on ATS. I mean, they just don't really come by this much. I mean, we've had some really good flatbeds, which still in its sense aren't all of that. They're not all of that that crazy. You know what I mean? But something like this really is. So anyway, let's look at it. I'm just going to quit talking so much because I really do actually like this. So anyway, you got the partial cover and then the open. I'm just going to go with the partial because I like this, and it's going to showcase a couple things about this trailer, as you've seen. All right, so as I scroll here, you go look at all of these options. Now, it's everything from doubles to tandems. It's got 3 axles, tandems. It's got steerables. And now this is what I was talking about. You get 4 versions, 4 variants, 5 variants, 6 variants, 1. So 6, 12, 18 different axle configurations. So you get partial cover sides and you get the full. So if you do choose, the full, then once you come over here to the axles, you need to pick the full covered, and that would apply to how many ever wheels you have. So if you want to do 4 axles full covered, you need to choose that. If you've got normal sides, you need to choose that. If you've got the partial cover, you need to choose that. See what I'm getting at on this? So that's a little bit about how all of that stuff works. So whether or not you want to run all of these extra drop axles and tag axles doesn't really matter. I honestly kind of liked this first one here. It was the 3 axles, partial cover side. I like this one. I don't know. I just kind of like this triple axle look. The 4 axle, I've never seen a 4 axle one, although I do know they make them. I've never seen them around here. We usually see either the split double or the 3. So anyway, customized color. We're going to try. Let's see. It's pretty easy. It's kind of a wine red, although that's a metallic. I would like to see a metallic color picker, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. And that, I mean, gosh, I mean, that's close enough. Yeah, that's close enough. All right, we'll hide that so we can see some of this other stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start at the back, and we're going to work our way to the front. So here in the back, there are quite a few things between the back and the tops, wheels, all that good stuff. So most of all of the outside, stuff that actually goes on this trailer all has to do with lighting. There's some cool bumpers, and there's some cool front-end stuff on the front, which you'll see. So depending on how many lights you want to, shine this thing up with, I mean, you can really go crazy, or you can go just, your average run-of-the-mill lights, just a couple across the top, as you can see, or you can run them like this, where there's just too many across the top for my taste. I personally kind of like a few, so I'm going to go with top lights D, and I'm also going to make those match on the side lights. So we got to figure out. So it looks like we'll go with those because that's about the same spacing. And then you've got the paintable back. So depending on how you want this, you can match, or you can completely just go stainless or whatever this is. You can go stainless. Anyway, you can go the chromed version in the back, whichever one is your taste. I'm actually going to go painted since everything else has got this partial cover. So we'll keep moving down here. So here's the other thing. So now we've got backlight bars. So depending on how you want to put some accent lights in there, it doesn't matter. You've kind of got some choices here all the way across the top. Nothing. You got 2 reverse lights, and then you've got some small park lights that'll come on. I'm actually going to keep the small park lights. And then now you got tons of these, tons of mud flaps. So you got the chrome ones down here, Wilson trailer. You got chrome weighted long, chrome weights USA version, which that one's pretty bad to the bone. So, and then you've got the 4 across the whole back. I'm going to pick the 2 because I'm also going to put a new bumper on there. Now, tons of bumpers. So you got just the regular single, got single stair, which this is probably my favorite because this is probably what most people are going to see. Then you've actually got some, you can't see it, but it's a cowbell down at the bottom. So there's one with the dark cowbell. Then you've got the actual wall bumpers that have that chrome insert in the middle. And then, of course, like what everybody wants, more lights. So if you want to really light this thing up, go ahead and throw some more in there, and you got it. I'm going to stick with a single stair because that, to me, is just what I normally see these at. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some double wheels on there. So we'll go in down here, pick these out of Smarties wheel packs. If you guys are interested in those, you can find those on the Steam Workshop. We'll put those in, and I'm actually going to change these to Goodyear because, of course you have to change them to Goodyear. All right, now, cool thing is, I've also got toolboxes. You can put toolboxes right in the corners of these. Now, to be fair, if you do put a split axle in there, you can put the full toolboxes in, okay? So if you wind up picking up, doing the other one, excuse me, if you wind up putting in the split axle, the only ones you can't do are the ones that are close, like the 4 axles with the tandem tags. Those kinds of things don't have toolboxes you can't squeeze in. But the triples, you can slide into small toolboxes right there. And you can also change and make these match your front. So if you'd have these mud flaps match, if you want to take the toolboxes off, whatever you want to do, and you can take them off completely. It's just that your toolbox would get the side of the grime and grit, which probably somebody would at least have some stuff up there. So anyway, there's that part. Now you've also got a couple options when it comes to the side lights. So if you're looking up here across the top, you can have them evenly spaced out or not so spaced out or nothing at all. So you got about 5 lights there. You got quite a few there, and then doubles there. So you're depending on just trying to match these with the sides here. So if you want maybe, see, I'm actually going to change this. Let's just go, whoops. Let's go with the, there you go. Let's do that one. And then I'd find the other lights. Side lights B, nope. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to put not so many lights on this side. Just feel like it's too many. But if you want to, yep, have at it. So the other two cool things, depending on what you want to do, if you want a lot of paint on yours, you can paint the top, which looks pretty slick. I mean, depending on how you want to roll this. And so, well, I mean, the front looks stupid. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can do on the front side. A lot of stuff. So you can wrap them. You can paint them. You've got chrome strip now on these sidelines right here, which just looks phenomenal. When you paint the whole front, have the regular front like what we had. Then you've got a second version of this. Well, all these variations are crazy because there's a ton of little design stuff, but there's so much packed into these. And then these, which is kind of one of my faves. I love this, man. It just looks so good. Having this like front side toolbox here with the side open door. You can see the hinges. You still got the stuff up there. And you've got the warning stickers on this as well. I mean, it's like, whoa. And then you can even change that up even more. So I'm going to leave it like that. But I am going to take this and put it back that color. So there you go. And that's it. So that's what we've got. Still at a $40,000 price tag. Beautiful. Even on the inside here, it's just got a lot of stuff. So anyway, this is by far the best one. So anyway, that's what we have to work with. Like I said, that changes toolboxes depending on what you want to do. Tons of different configurations. You've kind of gotten to see at least a little bit of everything there between regular sides, full covers, half covers, and each axle has its own individual thing. And then you've got options on the front as to what you want to throw up here, whether or not you have toolboxes or whether or not it's just regular old, plain Jane. And then not to mention all of the stuff here in the backside that you can put in between your bumpers, all the full stuff, whether you got full mud flaps, the wheels. Everything is customizable. So you want this to be just a rocker truck, and you just want to have this thing just as rugged as it possibly can be. Well, you've got customizations to do that. As long as you've got the trailer wheels, you can match up the trucks, all that other good stuff. And it's enough color that it's not overbearing. I think you can overdo it, but I also think too that this will look really good, completely solid black with the chrome accents and chrome stripes across the sides, and with the like solid up black truck in the front. I think that would be really cool if you're going the custom route. But I figured I would go kind of what we see around here. We see a lot of old Freightliners, a lot of old Kenworths, and then some of the day cabs like the T800s. We see a lot of those around where I live. So there's a few things. Unfortunately, most of the time we don't have a full sleeper, but unfortunately we're limited in the ATS world with Freightliner not having a full, having the full one over deal. So anyway, that's why I decided to go with the worker top here, the mid top, and I thought that looked good here with the classic Wilson Silverstar. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let's look at the cargo market right quick. So we're going to, I've already built me up one here, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I've got that up here. We do. So let's go ahead in the job market here, cargo market. I'll show you what we got. And we'll go ahead and pick something up. So you got a couple of different stuff. So you don't have just cows, just pigs. You can do horses with this as well. You've got the Black Angus. You got bison. Like, what? You seriously, we're going to haul some bison in here? But I was like, yeah, I guess there are still some of those little guys around. Anyway, you've got hogs, different species of cows. You can see we've got Holstein cows. You got the Swiss brown cows. You've got horses. I don't know if there's different colors and different. I don't know if he set up a lot of stuff on that front. But you can see here, you've got you got these. I mean, gosh, it's just so much stuff. There's the Swiss Browns. Whoops, we missed a few. Let me go back and I'll try to cover Jersey cows. You got your milk cows. That's what I always think of, the white and black ones. You got fat hogs. You got boar. It's got wild boar up in there. Horses. Let's see. Wait a minute. Well, I thought we missed. Nope, we didn't miss it. Okay. There's horses and Black Angus bulls. And you got bison at the end. And then sheep. Of course, you got to have some sheep in there. Little sheep. Honestly, I'm kind of digging the bison. We've got at least, yeah, there you go. We got to at least catch up here and grab some bison. All right, so I'm going to put myself over here, and we'll load up the bison. We'll take a look at that inside the trailer, and let you guys have a little look around this trailer outside in the light. If we didn't see a little bit there in our footage in the beginning, and then we'll call this one a flipping 10 out of 10. So anyway, don't go anywhere. All right, well, there's the bison in there. You can see those little guys here, not really little guys, but you can see those big old guys there in their all filed in their pens here on the Wilson Silverstar cattle livestock hauler. Wonderful, wonderful mod. I hope you guys have enjoyed just a really in-depth. I decided, I really wanted to talk about this mod, and I kind of struggled with how to do the video because normally I do these where we drive a place and you guys can see this thing in action, but there were so many really, really crazy good detail-oriented things to really cover, and just really how really just detail-oriented the mod in its entirety is. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. So I hope you guys don't mind me, kind of breaking down some of these mods, really giving you a good inkling of what's going on with it. And that way you can make an informed decision about whether or not you're going to purchase the mod. If you're curious, because I know someone will ask, the Freightliner mod here came from, I believe it was atsmods.lt. You can pick it up. Just search Freightliner XL or Freightliner Classic XL on Google, and it'll take you to a couple of the mod sites, and just grab the most recent one for 1.32, and then you'll have the truck as well. I do not think this one is on the Steam. I think FLD is on, so this will be the Classic XL is what you'll be looking for. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Like I said, totally an immaculate mod, so well put together. Go support Bart Modding. Go support what he's doing. He's doing really, really, really good stuff for the modding community. You may not agree with payware mods, but when you've got talent and skill like he does, it's really, 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 it's very evident when you see stuff put out like this. Just a crazy amount of perfection. There's no loose ends. I feel like everything is tied into one perfect cattle hauler livestock trailer for you guys to be pulling around. Even all this toolbox and the diamond plating, and now I can see the warning stickers on that. This is crazy, man. It's just really good stuff. So anyway, don't be the guy that goes out there and steals this mod and then leaks it out to everybody else. That doesn't help anybody, including yourself or your buddy that doesn't have 15 bucks or 18 or 20 to buy this thing. This thing is every bit as worth it. And I've already pulled about 2 or 3 loads, just testing it, just having fun with it, and seeing some different configurations on the road with a few different trucks, before we settled on the Freightliner. I don't know, it was fun. It was fun to pull. Plus, it's extra, it's got the length to it, so it still makes it a very challenging pull, even though it's not your standard reefer on the back. It's especially with the split axle, where the axles are all the way at the end and you don't have any, in the front. It does bring an extra challenge. You can swing her extra wide on those turns. So anyway, guys, go support those guys. I'm going to put all the links in the description for you. Remember, if you're going to Facebook, go down to the Facebook page. You want to join his group, and then you're going to send him a message and say, hey, man, I saw your, just put on there, say it for me. Just put in there, hey, I saw your FTG's video did on your trailer, and I'm interested in your trailer. How much? And then he'll get back with you, and then it's a PayPal. So it's not like, you're you're kind of shuffling cash under an envelope and sending it somewhere. It's going through PayPal. So there's some protections there for you as well as protections there for him. So it's a legit thing. I've done it plenty of times with all of these guys using PayPal. It's a very safe way to transfer money between people. And that ensures that at least that it's going to a legit place. So anyway, that's all I got on that one. So like I said, go support those. Go support me as well. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed a little bit more of talking on this mod. If you did, let me know in the comments if you like this. A little bit more in-depth trailer mod review. Just kind of really breaking these things down and giving you guys, especially on the payware stuff, giving you guys all the ins and outs of these mods. But absolutely phenomenal job as always from Mr. Bart Modding. This has been a pleasure to be able to review and take this out for a spin. And a special big shout out there for putting my my emblem up there in the top plate. That was an extra nice touch. So thanks again. You guys keep it real. We'll see you here on the road again. But until next time, to see you in the next video. See you. Peace.